lot of places I didn't think I would be at. But it was the first time on stage, New Year's Eve 2002, with one of the best quartets out there today, Brian Free and Assurance.
I love how this guy bigs himself up so hard.
To sing this one with Brian Free. And I don't know if I beat him that night or not, but ever since then we've had competitions. I've wore him out. Not to
the build-up is crazy.
Crazy.
It zoomed in on him.
This is one that also my friends at my hometown church,
those pants,
Gospel Light Baptist Church in Salisbury, North Carolina, has really made their top choice. So therefore, we're going to finish off with this one. It's called "Looking for City."
He looks at the piano guy like it's his fault.
Piano guy just messed up his whole Grammy nomination.
Yeah.
Yo.
Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city
to the mess.
where I'll never die.
He's going all in, right? He has both hands on the mic, yo. He's going in.
Never say goodbye. Never meet our Savior.
What'd you say last time, Max? You're like, thank God he's in church, because it's the only place he can get away with this shit.
Like, no one else will tolerate this.
Red Buck.
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
It seemed like it was worse the second time.
So, to take a positive out of that, people need to have confidence like that. We need to bring back some. As much as he wasn't a good singer, the fact he had that confidence to sit there and look at the piano guy and be like, "You just fucked me up." You know what I mean? Like, that right there is a lesson in life that we should all walk around with balls that big. You know what I mean? Welcome to the Ben Stortini Show, where stories drift between worlds and forgotten moments find new life. Let's begin our journey. Let's go. And welcome back, everybody, to the Ben Stortini Show. This is your host, Mr. Ben Stortini. That's BenStortini. How are you today? Thanks for asking. I'm doing all right. We got some special guests in the room. We got Mr. Max P up in the corner. Yes, Max P.
Yes, you already know. Yeah. It's good to be back. What up, folks?
I'm good. I'm a little too much coffee. I'm a little bit jittery right now. And Mr. Slang Hugh, Homer, you're back. This is the third time around or the second time around. But thank you, man.
And I'm looking for a
right?
That's going to be in my head. I'm going to be at work answering the phone like, "Hello, I'm looking for..." Yeah, but glad to be back. Always a good time.
Oh,
what up,
might have to make a beat out of that.
I was saying that last.
Oh, you might be right.
I have to.
Mr. Sir Toks, how you doing, man? So as I said in the last time, the first podcast I was ever on was the Darkness with a Ginger Hue, and I was the Ginger. And these guys right here, Sir Toks and Slang and Cash, actually they put me on. I want to thank you guys for that because you introed me to this game. Yeah, Toks has decided to come on and jump on here, man, and have a good conversation. Thanks for jumping on, man.
I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you are, going into your bag, man. I mean, it's a blessing that we kind of fire started your dream and your passion here. So we praise you all the time, man. We love what you've been doing since. So again, kudos to you and thanks for having me here, brother. Let's do it.
Man, that means a lot. Thank you. The point of this episode, we're going to let a little serious here and then we're going to have some fun on the end. But the first half is I want to talk about, I have some friends that are dealing with some issues right now with just basically like we're all 45 plus in the room, right? Yes, we went over that already. So 45 plus in the room, we're at that age. Things are changing. Things are different than when we were in 20s, when we were in our 30s. And I have some friends that are, our age. And, some things have been given back. We got some issues with the ladies. They don't know if they want to pull the trigger on getting married, because we grew up with all this Disney shit pounded into our brain that, you got to wake up, you got to graduate university, get the job, buy the house, get the woman, make the baby, make the twins, make the white picket fence, build it all up, get the mortgage, get fat, retire, and then that's it, right? But some of us have decided not to go that route, and sometimes that's difficult not to copy what everybody else is doing. So I wanted to bring that conversation to this platform for my friends, for one thing, and for anybody else that's listening that may be going through that. Max, we recorded this already, but I don't know if we can reproduce this, but you're getting married, man. This is crazy.
Yes.
I'm still gonna act shocked. Whoa!
Whoa! We just found out literally about 15 minutes ago. I wish I would have had that take. The Lord didn't. I'm seeking for a city. The Lord didn't want that one recorded.
Yeah, that's why we're making
that one
fun
was
of
just
God's work.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yep.
that one was just for the homies, I guess. You know, it is what it is.
You're right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
but congrats again, man. This is absolutely incredible. Why don't you let them know, like, so you how it happened, what happened, and again, your lady Abigail, correct?
Yes.
She's a lucky lady, man. She's got a real king on her side. So why don't you break it down, man? What happened?
So boom, I had a funeral I needed to go to for my mother, rest in peace, in Ghana a few years ago. Couldn't get over the border to the U.S., which transferred over to Ghana because I wasn't allowed in the U.S. So I had to delay that flight all the way until last year. Finally got a chance to go to Ghana. But before I went to Ghana, I had I guess that'd be a brunch. Yeah, some classy shit. Yeah, we had a
Yeah,
brunch.
it's classy.
It's
It's not quite breakfast. It's not quite lunch. It's brunch.
Yeah. And so we had a conversation about like passport bros and how I didn't want to be one. And we were talking about the kind of girl I wanted and how it seemed like overseas would be the best option for me. And so we went through that whole conversation and she convinced me that, yeah, technically you're doing what passport bros do, but you're not a passport bro. You don't have that same goofiness, that same lameness, that same patheticness, the same deficiencies, all of the stuff that's very not cool about the passport bro stuff. And she said, you're not one of those. And so I went over there with that type of freeness. First day I landed, boom, I meet Abigail, and boom, the whole trip was just basically like our, you know, getting to know each other, falling in love, the whole Disney thing, right? But yeah, like before I went, I was like, I'm getting old. I don't want to do this marriage thing. I'm doing it my way. I always wanted kids, but marriage was never a thing I wanted to do, right? And then, boom, I got to a point where I was like, shit, yeah, I want to do all of that, all of the traditional stuff, but as an older cat. And so, boom, I had to fight that. And then I had to fight, you know, not finding someone out here. But like the homie said, it's all about being happy and finding your peace. You know what I mean? So, boom, I'm in a happy place right now. I'm getting married in about a week and a half.
That's crazy.
I fly out, you know?
And you were saying you have the whole custom suit from over there. You're doing it right.
Traditional wedding, and I'm doing the city hall wedding. So I got the kente cloth, I got the sword, I got the crown, I got the jewelry, I got the whole thing. It's gonna be
Polo King.
It's gonna be really, really dope. And the photographer's there, so I'll make sure y'all see that.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
Well,
dope.
congratulations, man. It's kind of shocking, even though this is the second time we're hearing this news.
I mean, everyone's shocked
shocking.
when they hear it. Everyone's shocked. You should have seen my sisters. They were like, "What?" I had some aunts that threatened to cut my fiance's throat if she don't, you know, if she breaks my heart and stuff. You know how black families get. It's just Italian families too. It gets intense.
Yeah, poison. You'll get poisoned.
yeah. But everything's smooth. Everything is great. Everything worked out nice. Everyone's happy.
Well, congrats, man. Toks, why don't you jump in on that? And like, were you feeling that pressure growing up? Like, I know now it's going to be 2 out of the 4 50% married, but like, why don't you jump on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking through what he was saying. I'm like, as much as I am still very proud and very happy to hear that. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, I was pressured forever to do that. The whole, even to go back home, to find the wife, to do that. I was pressured at least 75% of my life to do that. And it got to me. Like I said, it got to me. I avoided bringing people home because it wasn't to their liking. And I was going by their playbook.
That's a real thing.
And to a point where I'm like I said, in my mid 30s, I'm like, man, I can't play this game anymore. I need to do something for me. So the pressure was there. It was always going to be there until I stopped it. And like an African boy, you're going to listen to your family. You're going to tell them and if it's not your parents, it's your aunts, it's your uncles, it's your cousins. Anybody that was older that was always pressuring you to do this, right? So I had that pressure from start. And like I said, it was actually talk to folks like yourself and realizing there's more to life than inside your family or inside your bubble. And then I started looking at that way. I'm like, yeah, you need to just be happy in your life, whether you choose to be with whom, where you want to live, what you want to do, just be happy. And again, your choice of partner is to help you enhance your happiness. That is all, man. I mean, at the end of the day, some people are going to get married. Some people are not going to get married. Are you going to weigh out who was more happy in their time together or not together? You can't, because it's theirs. It's theirs. It's their happiness. So again, it was a pressure for sure, but I learned that you don't have to follow that playbook. Do you be happy and move on?
You know, it's funny what you just said right there is that you say just be happy. And it's funny because I said this actually last episode to a friend of mine who's dealing with some stuff up in Sault Ste. Marie with the steel plant, layoffs, this and that. And it's fake smiles and fake cries and people faking that shit. So faking like they're happy and like their life's all good. They're sitting at home with this lazy Mary sitting there, didn't even put the sheets on the table. You know what I mean? And the dishes are dirty and the food is cold and he's acting like this is all okay. Well, no, he's miserable and he's going to get worse and he's going to get worse. And then he might end up in jail because he might just do something he didn't think he could ever do because he went fucking crazy. And, you know, and he was just faking it for too long. My transition to you, Slang, is that you never faked it. You were always upfront about it. You were always completely straight up about it. That listen, I'm not following the industry stand. I always appreciated that and respected that, man. So I wanted to see what your perspective is on this. That you always stood on that.
Appreciate that. I was saying earlier, but I'll change it a little bit. It's funny that me and my nephew are both Virgos. I don't know if this plays a part, but we tend to say that we wish we weren't as smart as we were because we see through the bullshit of society and life and what is expected of you. And he doesn't care to have kids. He doesn't care to get married. He's also on that mindset. And that's not even something that I instilled in him. I found that out myself and I was like, really? You're like that too? It's kind of amazing. But I can say, unlike maybe Max, and I don't know about you, Ben and Toks, but I wasn't pressured per se by family. Was it expected of me? Yes, it was expected that I would one day get married and have children, but it wasn't really ever hammering me with, yo, you need to find a wife, you need to do this, it was never really, I didn't really have that. So that, I guess, is part of what helped shape my way of thinking, and that it wasn't a necessary thing. The other part, quite frankly, is I had cancer at like 23 in my left leg. And one of the things the doctor said is you may not be able to have children. And at first it was like, whoa, I may not ever be able to have kids.
At 23 hearing that.
Right. It was a super shock. But as the years went on, it helped me feel like, okay, well, if I can't have them, I can't have them. What am I going to do? Which is part of the thing that we don't realize. There are a lot of people who cannot have children. And they're inundated with this pressure to have kids, but you can't. And they walk around depressed because they weren't able to do what everybody else expects of them. So I came to terms with that idea that if I can't have kids, I can't have kids. Mind you, overall, my mentality is if it happens, it happens. I feel the same way about marriage. If I was to be with a woman who wanted to get married, I'd do it. Do I want to get married? I don't think it matters, because to me, it's not about the marriage. It's not about that certificate. It's about the relationship. It's about the commitment that you make before you even walk the aisle or jump the broom or say the speech in the reception and all that. All that stuff is secondary. And I think that's what we don't get taught, or we're not teaching the next generation, that it's about your commitment to that person. And if you don't have the commitment before you do the vows don't matter. That's why 50% of marriages don't last, because people think it's about the marriage. No, it's about the relationship. Yeah. And the same goes for children. It's not about having kids because you're supposed to. It's about having kids because you want to better the next generation. You want to help the next generation be better. But a lot of us do it out of selfishness. We just want to have a mini me, which is basically we want to have like a.
I got one of those.
We want a Barbie.
Yeah. He's a fucking animal. Well, let me throw this out at you. I love this. Let me throw this out at you. You just made me think of something. Yes, it's your choice. You made the choice, like you said, at 23. You were diagnosed with cancer, and the doctor said you might not be able to have kids, and you were going through that realization, and you were able to revise your thoughts in your mind and basically prepare yourself that this could be an option in your life, that this may happen, right? How much do you guys think that the upbringing of your parents, like in my case, to put an example on it, my mom and my dad divorced at 10 when I was 10. They were in a band. I was born on tour. My dad was the lead guitarist, my mom was the lead singer, and my dad was cheating everywhere. I'm talking everywhere. I'm still finding out about brothers and sisters to this day. Like he's everywhere, right? And so I had my own time when I was in college that I was doing the exact same thing as my dad. My point is that I wanted to do the opposite. I got to a crossroad. It was almost like that movie Crossroads with the guitar, that I could go this way or I could go that way. And I looked at it like, I don't want to do what my dad was doing. I don't want that to be put on to when I do have kids, because I knew in my mind I was going to have kids, and I had to make that revision. Now, was there a moment in your life, boys, where there was that crossroads where you knew you had to go this way or didn't? You know what I mean? Like, Max, was there a crossroads in your life that you can think back to?
Well, wow, many crossroads.
Yeah.
Me and Fame always say, like, we don't live maybe 8 lifetimes, you know? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to like the influence of your pops and stuff, I remember being younger, going in the opposite direction for sure. But I kept noticing I'd always end up in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm very similar to this dude. You know what I'm saying? Not the same, but very similar. You know? And so eventually I just stopped fighting it, you know? And it was like, okay, I'm basically the remix, the new and improved version of this dude, rather than trying to run away from it. Because every time I try to be the opposite of this guy, I realize I'm the same as this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I get my fresh from this guy. I get my leadership skills from this guy. I get my people skills from this guy, right? So it is what it is. You are what you are. You know what I'm saying? And there's things about your pops you don't like that you really, really don't want to be like. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of take the good with the bad and refine it.
That's why I did this show, man. Like what you just said right there, I needed to hear that. That's beautiful right there. Like even though you may not like it, it's you. And you became the new and improved version of that, the remix of that. You know, you split the seed. That's beautiful, man. Slang, why don't you jump in on that? Like what like a crossroads in your life?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like he said, many crossroads.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like family and parenting, my parents have been married since before I was born. I was at the wedding in my mother's belly. So they've been married for almost 50 years. And I'm choosing to go sort of the opposite way. But when I think about it, as Max was talking and I was thinking about it, am I like my dad? And yeah, I am in many ways. In many ways I'm not. But in many ways, my dad is not like my grandfather. He didn't. My dad left Jamaica to come to Canada to make a totally different life. Their life is not the same. He has 2 children. My grandfather, like your dad, Ben, was a seed spreader. He was like that plane that flies over the ground.
Like Vietnam napalm, man. Vietnam napalm.
When he died, I met all kind of aunts and uncles that I did not know about. And still yet, there's probably more. But anyway, I digress. You do have to recognize there's parts of you that are going to be like your parents because that's how you were raised. You were raised under that rule and that way of life. But you also have to realize that you have your own life to live. And you do not have to live to that standard of what they've set. You could create your own legacy with their sprinkled in. Like my boy Jerome always says, tradition is what you make traditional. If you choose to celebrate Christmas every year, that's a tradition. If you don't, that's also a tradition. So you still have to be a person, regardless of what depends on what your tradition chooses to be.
Toks, what do you think? Crossroads.
I like what Max said about him being the remix.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty much identical to my father. To the point where, I'll even bring up a picture, all right? All right? That's Pops.
Oh, yeah, you do look
right. I look exactly like him.
Are you sure that's him? That's
you do look like
So
Photocopy.
The fact is that he was molding me to be him so much that I had an identity crisis. Right? I was confused on what I needed to do. I'm in Canada, but I'm living a Nigerian lifestyle. It's not going to work. So I was confused, doing things and getting influenced in some ways and getting influenced by. I didn't know who I was. I felt like a puppet. Right now, my dad is still my hero. 100%. I will strive to represent my last name to the day I die. He helped give me life. He gave me the straight and narrow. So there was multiple crossroads, right? And I think that's going to go with everybody who is coming from an international background. And that doesn't mean you have to be a Caribbean or African or even a European. Anybody that's outside of North America coming into the lifestyle, you're going to have that crossroads because life out there was different than what you're going to be living here. I was trying to prove myself that I was this guy, only knowing that I wasn't that guy. I was someone else. And it took me like a while to understand that.
Before we switch this up and get out of here for halftime here, quickly, if you were sitting beside, say, you know, my friend, for instance, who's dealing with that shit, he's our age. What is like for those dudes right now in our age who are feeling that pressure and feeling that stress? If you could give them a quick, just spill some game on them right now of maybe what's going to make them feel a little better about their situation. If you could, just a tip, like how to deal with this stress. Like what would you say to them if you were sitting next to you right now?
It's not that good of a movie, but the title keeps ringing in my head. It kind of works with kind of what I'm going through in life right now. It's one battle after another. Once again, the movie's I'm not trying to say it's the greatest thing in the world, but the title really, really works for the way things kind of like are. The way things are so intense right now, you can get distracted, you can get caught up. I mean, people are literally getting money trying to distract you, right? With the YouTube clicks and the Instagram, people are getting paid trying to distract you, right? This is the economy that we're in, the attention economy. And so just focusing on one battle after another, rather than trying to make sense of the whole thing. First step comes before the second step. So stop worrying about the second step.
I love that.
Trip on your first step.
Yeah, and if you do trip, get back up and just make that
for sure,
next
like
step.
Rocky said. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I can feel my blood boiling. Right, this sounds like a Rocky movie. I love this.
Just gonna say, I feel like Rocky in my world right now.
Hey, come on,
down by freaking Mr. T.
Yeah, man.
I don't give up. You go outside your comfort zone and you train like you've never trained before, and you beat that person back.
Yes,
That's how it is, man. That's my
Persevere.
Slang, what about you? If you're sitting next to him right now, what would you tell him?
Live your own life. Don't live to compare to other people, because we often have a death by comparison. So live your own life, and in many ways, live a selfish life. That doesn't mean not to be considerate or kind to other people or do for others, but put yourself first, which will help you with putting other people or helping other people. You can't pour from an empty cup. So live your own life, yours. That's the very key. Your own life.
Boom. Toks.
Hey, those are two great examples. I'm going to use the title of a song, of a very corny song, but it makes all the sense in the world. And it's by Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world to me now. Slang pointed this out to me a while ago. He says, you know, all the stuff I've gone through in my world, trials and tribulations, I'm always climbing back up. And I'm like, yeah, because it's a test. Everything is a test. Everything is going to be challenging you all the time. Don't worry about the ticket you had. Don't worry about the relationship you had. Don't worry that you're not the smartest guy in the room. Just be happy with your surroundings. Be happy with what you got, right? So what? You're working at Walmart or McDonald's or whatever. Be happy. Now, if you want to better yourself, that is up to you to better yourself. But in the end, you just have to be happy. What you said at the beginning, when you have all this worry and destruction, your body doesn't like it. And that's what was happening to me. In high school, my body turned on me because all the stress of being this person was getting to me. I was in the hospital. They didn't know why. I was in the hospital. I missed exams because I was in the hospital. And I'm like, we don't know what's going on. I said, I'm in pain. my body is hurting. I can't walk, but the body is telling me, hey, wake up.
Listen to your body.
Do something other than this. You need to listen to your body. Listen to what's going on.
I even think that's part of why I got cancer. It's because it was same similar thing. I was doing things that I didn't want to do, and the stress gets to you. I think so.
Well, you know what? On that note, boys, I really appreciate that you opening up like that and, letting it out like that. And I hope that whoever's listening, if they're going through some stuff like that, that they can take a tip from that. And it's funny because selfishly, I'm going to be a little selfish here. What you all just said right there is helping me out a little bit. And that's essentially why I made this show in the first place. So thank you, boys. Let's go switch some worlds. You heard me. My celebrity crush, by the way, right there, Penelope Cruz. My God.
That's Blow, right? That's the movie.
Oh,
Blow.
Yeah, it's Blow. That's definitely Blow. Yes, yes.
She's about to do some Blow.
All right. I'll start it off. 3, 2. All right. So on this point of the show, I like to just take a deep breath and give a shout out to whoever's been on my mind or who I think needs to hear a hello from me. So since we got a full room here, I'm gonna pass it off to you, Max. Why don't you start it off? Anybody that you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to my fiance Abigail, and I want to give a shout out to someone real random. Let's give a shout out to Rock Marciano.
Hey,
Staying true, and keeping it up.
I like that. Slang. You got any shout outs?
Shout out to the family, the friends, people that care about. And also, like I said, let me be selfish. Shout out to the goddamn self.
Yeah.
Toks, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, man. I want to shout out my daughter. It's going to be her birthday on Saturday. It's going to be a big cake. Beautiful. Shout out to her. Shout out to all my people in the Ontario, Toronto, Brampton area. I miss everyone out there. I'm up boondocks here in Winnipeg. So again, shout out to everybody out there.
And I want to give a shout out, first of all, to Sylvester Stallone, just because he's a real king. And I want to give a shout out to my lady, my wife, who the last 3 days has been having to go into the office for her work. Imagine having to get up with 2 kids and be at the office for 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, this shit, I don't know what they're doing. This shit's crazy the last 3 days. So big shout out to my lady. And she's still coming home, got that food, and the kids are happy. So I love you. That beat is crazy. By the way, this beat right here, this is made by Mr. Slang Hugh. I just threw him a tune. I said, I just want to see what you can do to this. And then, boom, drops the bomb.
Appreciate it.
That make me want to go back and like make music again, man.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. I got some stuff to do, man. Don't get my mind racing.
Right. That's all, man. I feel like that.
I'm never quitting. Not that I'm gonna be doing it on some like put out albums and stuff, but I refuse to say I quit, which is another thing that we're taught to do. Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
I'm not
fuck.
quitting.
I don't quit, man. Fuck no.
Yeah, we're from a different mode. 75 to 85.
Nah.
We're from a different mode. You know,
if you were a quitter, you wouldn't be in this room right now.
We don't fit into any of that stuff that they try to put on folks, you know?
No. And welcome back. All right, this is called the Stortini verse. And what the Stortini verse is this simple little universe that I've created where I play you a little music that I enjoy. I suggest a documentary or book that I'm reading, and then I give you a challenge to go off onto your weekend with. So what we're going to do here, we're going to start with a little music. This is crazy. So this is Max. Listen, man, you're getting married soon. You're getting married in a week. So I'm going to play a song. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this now. This is I've heard this at pretty much every Italian. Let me put up a little picture of this guy first so you can see him. Pretty much every Italian wedding you'll ever go to, you're going to hear this song. It's called Lazy Mary by Lou Monte.
Hey. You hear this at every single Italian wedding? Is that true?
Forget about it.
Every one of them.
Wow.
It's the best 2-minute recording ever. Listen to this. He goes to English soon, don't worry. Baklava. Hey, Goomba.
Second stanza.
He even calls it out.
I remember being at weddings and this shit, getting playing, people going crazy, sweating. That's when the buttons come off. Look at Louis over there, he's sweating out of his shoes. The accordion comes on. Like, when'd you bring an accordion? The baklava, hey goomba. Now listen here, this is the best part.
And now for you nice ladies and gentlemen out there who don't understand the Italian language, I'd like to do 2 choruses in British.
This is British.
Lazy Mary, you better get up. She answered back, I am not able. Lazy Mary, you better get up. We need the sheets
On the table.
Lazy Mary, you smoke in bed. There's only one man you should marry. My advice to you would be is to pay
Attention to me. Oof.
Wow.
You'd better marry a
fireman.
fireman. He'll come and go and come. Zembala bomba manadena.
Okay, bouncy.
Hey.
Sitchingapala banda zia de bombaria rigyutsamia.
Yeah, every wedding, man. They always play it at Italian weddings because it's almost like an inside joke where the uncles or whatever they'll go to the DJ, play, hey, throw in Lou Monte right now just because I think he needs to hear this, the young chap, right? Because they think like, are you sure you should be doing this? You might have yourself a lazy Mary on your hands. Oh, shout out Lou Monte. All right, I got one more piece of music I want to suggest here that you go home with. This one right here. This is the beat you heard on the shout outs right here. This is the original version. This is the Flamingos. Now, I've been listening to this, and my son and my daughter, I've been playing this in the car when I pick them up. This tune, they don't make them like this anymore, man. The Flamingos. I only have eyes for you.
You're keeping that same theme going.
Right?
Very good, fellas.
Big tune.
Man, it's a monster. They really do not make tunes. They used to spill it back then, didn't they? They would really pour their heart out on music. Like, if a woman broke your heart and you were in the music game, like, you are going to tell the world, my heart is broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Jodeci's, the show, the hotel after party.
Oh,
They were getting busy on there. They were getting busy on there.
great album.
I still listen to that, man.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
But you're right though. They don't make music like that no more. You know what I mean?
No, they don't. Well, big shout out to the Flamingos. Big shout out to Lou Monte, Lazy Mary. And any of you out there, I described it a few times. Maybe I should change the episode name to Lazy Mary, but maybe not. Maybe. We'll see. But if you got a Lazy Mary at home, wake her up. All right, so we're going to jump into the documentary. I'm actually not going to do a documentary. I'm going to continue to tell you about this book that I'm reading. And if you don't know, go check it out. It's the greatest Vietnam book ever written. It's called The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. They say the best soldier account of the Vietnam War. And this shit, I am just hooked to this. And the stories he's been telling. Let me tell one quick story that he was saying. This is insane. Like, big shout out to all the soldiers that were in Vietnam, man, because the shit they dealt with was insanity. There was this one part he's saying that they were in the rice field, and when they got to the rice field, it was in monsoon season, so it was all this rain, and they're walking through in their boots. They'd have to like really lift up their boots because they were sinking inside of the mud, right? But the stink was so much, and they couldn't understand why the smell was so much. This was their open sewer. This is where they've been for years, been going to the washroom. So these soldiers had to camp out in the shit.
Oh my god!
In the monsoon, try to get some sleep while they're taking enemy fire.
Jeez.
One guy lost his mind. This is what he said. He stood up, couldn't handle it anymore, shot in the head, dropped, and they couldn't find him afterwards. He sunk into the shit. That's how his life ended.
God damn.
Damn.
So what I come out of that, when my Opa used to tell me his World War II stories, and I hear these war stories, and he say it in this book, a true war story is one that gets a reaction like that, where it's like, it's not happy. There's no happy endings to this shit. War is crazy. And I don't want to get into it politically wise, with all this shit going on right now, but I just want to give a huge salute, like it's Remembrance Day every day, to anybody that was out there, man. When we think we have it hard right now, dealing with rings being given back and not married and stressed out about this shit, no. You're not in a rice paddy full of shit getting shot in the head, okay? All right, before we get into a quick edition of This or That, I know we only have a few minutes. You boys got to go. I just want to, anybody here have a challenge maybe you can send the listener off with?
Follow that dream, bro. Start it today. That dream is important. Follow it. That 9 to 5 might be killing you right now, sir. So go ahead and live and follow the dream. I ain't telling you to quit your job, though. Follow the dream.
Oh, damn. I just sent them an email.
Until you can quit the job. The goal is to quit the job, but follow the dream. And maybe the job is the dream, but follow the dream.
Let's go 60 push-ups.
Yes.
5 mornings in a row. 3 sets of 20.
Boom.
Let's go.
Good one.
Hey boys, actually speaking of which, next week I'm about to take a very low dose of testosterone starting. 45 years old, so I'm starting next week. Yeah, because I have a torn hip and it helps with inflammation and get back and healing, and so I'm just I'm jumping on that train. So maybe I'll double you, Max. I'll do 1,000.
Take it easy. You end up in the same spot.
I'm checking in on you with that, Ben. I want to know how that goes.
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing like a data check, like a journal of this on the pod. So yeah, I'm gonna spill it out there. Toks, a quick challenge out there for these folks.
Each one, teach one. If you know something, don't be afraid to teach the next man. And it could be just passing your knowledge, passing your know-how to somebody else so they can. I mean, perfect example. Poe jumped on our podcast. Now we're on his podcast. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. So again, I like that. During this time, we've talked about something else. We're going to share that. And then who knows, somebody on his show might say, hey, you know what? I like what you're doing. Give me some knowledge. Sure. And boom, you never know.
Don't hold that tight and not spread it. Yeah.
Nah, man, don't gatekeep anything. Just teach. Just teach. You never know.
All right, let's jump into this. I'm bringing it back, Max, to the This or That. I'm going to put up a challenge right here. It's going to be A versus B, and you give me what's C, okay? So we're going to start off here with a real good one. Imagine you're an NBA coach. You're down by 2. You need a bucket quick. You need a bucket real quick. Who are you giving the ball to? Are you giving the ball to Orlando Magic T-Mac, that blue Mac? Or are you giving it to Houston James Harden?
What part of the season is it where we in?
I was about to ask that same question.
Ooh, I like that. You're fighting for a playoff spot. So it's not the end of the season yet. You're just out of a playoff spot, so they're motivated, quite motivated.
Okay. I'm going to go with Orlando T-Mac. A chip on his shoulder. You know, he still should have never left the Raptors. That's why you don't have a ring.
Facts.
Exactly.
But
Yep. We're still not over that.
I'm not over it either, bro. I'm still mad. Like, come on, you could have given us a 3-year contract with an option on the last year, bro. But yeah, T-Mac.
All right, what about you, Slang? Who you got, Harden or T-Mac?
Same answer. I guess we're showing our age to a degree because that's my era. It is Blue Magic T-Mac. He was a super problem. And unlike Harden, I think he can do more things on the court. His back to the basket,
mastery.
Driver, whatever, everything that Harden doesn't necessarily do.
What about you, Tokes? Who you got?
Blue Magic, T-Mac, he had that clutch gene, and he had it. He had the takeover gene that a lot of players don't have. I don't think Harden has that takeover gene. We have footage. We did see him do some dirt later on in his career, but I mean, it was ignited for him going to that Orlando Magic team. He just was a different person. Now imagine if we had that different person in Toronto. You're right. We would have a couple rings right now.
Him and Vince.
That's why, listen, this is me right here. I'm going against all of you on this one just because I can't trust T-Mac. T-Mac is a master. He's a mastery, but you know what? It's all about trust. It's all about loyalty and trust for me. If I'm your coach, I need to trust you fully. Like, you really the Raptors over. You think I'm going to give you the coach? We want this playoffs ring, and what you just did, your own cousin, family? No. I'm giving it to James Harden for this alone. When I was coaching basketball, I was coaching some kids. They're like, who should I be watching on YouTube? This was when James Harden was it. Remember, like he changed the game and he slowed it down. And before they changed into the Harden rule, right before they changed the rules, I was like, just watch him.
The game in a headlock so mad we were mad at him. Like
we were mad at him, but it was
getting hate. We did not like Harden, bro.
No, but I have to give it to him though. That's the thing. He changed the game. He had a rule change because of him. Get to the line. We're gonna get a bucket. Second thing right here. You guys gotta bring a Ryan Wedding bag, okay? Like you gotta go cross country. You gotta take Ryan Wedding's Sinaloa bag from Ontario to BC, and you don't want to stick out. So you gotta take one of these two rides. Brand new, 1997 GMC Savannah, better known as a Portuguese Range Rover.
The Portuguese Range Rover.
The Portuguese Range Rover? Actually, or are you jumping in a 97 Dodge Neon? Brand new. Look at these rims. Which one are you grabbing? The GMC Savannah? Portuguese Range Rover. By the way, my grandfather used to say this joke with a straight face. He used to go, the Portuguese do the jobs that we used to do. So who do you got? Max P, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Dodge Neon because that's the company I work for. So I gotta shout out the folks that pay the bills.
Loyalty.
You're throwing the bag in this trunk?
I'm throwing the bag in the company car and I'm praying, not smoking. I'm 2 hands on the wheel.
That was just gonna say. What about you, Slang? Who do you got? The GMC Savannah or the Dodge Neon?
Quick question: is Ryan Wedding in the car with me?
No, he's gone. He snitched himself into witness protection. You took over a part of the business. You're extending the lease, so to speak.
I'm gonna go with the GMC, the Portuguese Range Rover. I'm gonna put on some construction clothing, have the little construction hat, some tools in the back, and the work will be mixed in with the tools.
No disrespect to the Portuguese, but they do pave a good driveway. You know what I mean? Toks, what do you got? The GMC Savannah or the Dodge Neon?
I'm going with the Savannah because I'm gonna make the obvious not obvious. People are gonna be looking for that. I'm just gonna be just one of the other vehicles on it. Trust me.
Yeah, you're just going to work.
Going to work.
Another contractor.
Just another contractor just going through.
Yeah, got a roof to fix. Yeah, this is I'm going to work and I hate my wife. You know what I mean? Guys who own this, they have a lot of lazy Marys at home, man. All right, here, one more car one, boys. One more car one. You got some tax money back. You're like, you know what? I've always wanted a muscle car. You got two options. They laid these two out for you. You got the Dodge Charger 1970 or the Plymouth, very, very rare, Plymouth Fury. This is a Plymouth Fury convertible. So we got the Dodge Charger or the Plymouth Fury. Oof, what do you got, Max?
The Plymouth Fury is a very interesting pick. That is a car guy kind of car right there.
Yes.
Low-key muscle car. But I'm going with the Charger. Come on now.
I know.
I'm literally building the new version of the damn thing right now.
Slang, who do you got, Charger or the Fury?
It's a tough choice. But just because I want to be different and look different, I think I'm going to go with the Plymouth. So it's a little bit different looking. The headlights, the hidden headlights, I love that already. So yeah, I think I'll go with the Plymouth. Different color though.
If you're talking muscle car, power, Dodge doesn't disappoint right there. That's power right there. So you
can hear it through the picture.
Word.
Yo, like, the minute you said Dodge, and I knew what was coming. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going with. That's power right there. People don't know who you are when you're driving that vehicle. So that's my pick.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going with the same. I fell upon this Plymouth Fury, and it's not really like you said, Max. It's a low key muscle car. Not really. I'm going with the Charger too. Like I said, you can hear it through the picture. That shit right there. You talk about like making babies. Like you just pull up, boom, by accident, a baby gets made. All right, one more here. One more, and we're gonna get out of here. What are you boys? When you're at home and you're just lounging, you're just watching the game or whatever. We're older now, right? And I remember watching my grandfather, both grandfathers, Italian and Dutch. They always put those house shoes on when they're in the house. Okay. Are you boys, what are you? Are you house shoes? Are you socks? Or are you barefoot at home? Or are you socks and the house shoes? Where are you at when you're at home and you're just trying to relax? You got home from a hard day at work. You're like, where's my fucking slippers? Hey, Mary, where's my slippers? You know what I mean? Where you at? Barefoot, socks, or house shoes? Max, where you at?
I am socks.
Boom.
I used to be socks and house shoes, but When you've been smoking all day and you running down the stairs in them house shoes, it can get detrimental.
Oh, I almost die every week.
So I like the better feel with just socks.
Word.
Okay, so we got one for socks. Slang, what you got? You got house shoes, socks, or barefoot, or both?
When I first get home, I'm barefoot because socks I feel like socks are like how women feel about their bras sometimes. I just like to take them off. And that's like one of the first things I take off. But my feet get cold pretty quickly, so eventually I'm going to go for the socks.
So your socks. Okay. All right, so 2 old socks. Holy. What you got, Toks?
Here's the thing. I'm all three, man. It depends on the day, depends on the season. Sometimes you need to wear the socks just because of comfort, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, again, when you go to bed and you want to go do something, you're not looking for anything. You just want to go. So I'm going barefoot. And then there's times where, you know what, you got a mess, you got to clean, you got to do something. Put on the house shoes, put on those slatters, put on those Under Armour soft foaming, slippers, and you go. So again, I use all three.
For me, I remember watching my grandfather, my opa on my Dutch side. He always had they looked like shoes, but they were house shoes. They were beautiful. He had leather ones. He had like 4 or 5 of them, right? He was the type of real house shoes. And he'd be the guy who would transition from his house shoes to his like Stacey Adams or whatever type of shoes. And he had the rubber slides he'd put on top of them so he wouldn't damage them, right? So I have always wanted to transition into house shoes. I'm wearing house shoes right now. And when you said about falling up the stairs and falling down, that is so true. But I just keep fighting through it, man, because I have to have my house shoes. I fall maybe once or twice a day.
Dice, bro. It's like rolling dice.
Don't run up the stairs. Don't run.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, but I do like the socks with the house shoes too. When I do that combination, I feel like that's super comfort. There's a good combination with that. But I'm usually just
Ice Cube. Today was a good day.
Yeah.
Out in the morning, checking out the neighborhood. Look right there.
Brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of fun, boys. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out of here. What I always ended off with is, why don't you boys let them know, everybody's like, where can I find you? Where can they do this? Where can they do that? Why don't you leave them with just a tidbit of game before we go? One more little thing. Just whatever's on the top of your head that you can leave the listener with, that who may be struggling right now with. And it doesn't have to be struggling with the ladies or anything. It's just struggling in life stress, man. This is life. We're all dealing with something. Give them a little tip to how you deal with your stress.
Be the change you want to see. Stop complaining and be that thing that you're complaining of. Be the change you want to be. You want to see.
Slang.
Workout and therapy. Workout for the body, therapy for the mind. Don't let nobody tell you that either one of those things are not necessary. They are, even in moderation.
Toks.
Listen to your body. Listen to your body. It knows how to answer the questions, the trials, the tribulations for you, right? They say, listen to your gut. It's true. Listen to your gut, because your gut is connected to your mind, to your arms, to your legs. So again, listen to your body.
All right, boys, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for jumping on. Have a great weekend. And to you listening, thank you so much. We have their listeners in San Jose now. New listeners, San Jose, thank you. New listeners in Ukraine and Germany and Boston. Those are the new spots that seem to be popping up. And
Big shout out.
Big shout out.
Go.
All right, boys, let's go.
Peace.
All right. Peace.
Thanks for taking the time to jump in the portal with me. Well, do me a favor, all right? Hit subscribe on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and leave a 5-star review so the algorithm kisses this pod and sends it out to the streets looking good. Have a great weekend, and please don't ever forget this guy right here. He loves you.